have news to tell you, and it's going to shock all of you. Be prepared for what I'm going to tell you. Yesterday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, my mom, my best friend, my soulmate, my flesh and blood, has passed away at the age of 59 years old. My mom has died. What happened was she suffered a heart attack due to a blood clot. And what happened was my dad went to go visit her yesterday, and when he came home, I thought that I thought he's gonna say to me, I am so sorry, hun. Oh, Amanda. When my dad came home yesterday from the hospital, I thought he's gonna say to me, Vinny, mom is still in the same condition. That's all I wanted to hear. But I did not hear. That was not what I was gonna hear. And it was a turn for the worse. And she went so soon. And she was only 59 years old. She would have been 60 years old on October the 16th. She was getting better and everything else. And it took a turn for the worse. And yesterday I went to the hospital with my dad, and I had to say goodbye to her. Literally say goodbye to my mom. And my mom said to me, it's a nightmare. A nightmare. And sorry about that. And I thought my mom was going to be okay. She was getting better already, even though she was confused and everything else. I thought, why not? Right? And I didn't want to hear that she died. I wanted to hear that she's in the same condition, you know? And when my dad came home yesterday, my dad told me mom died. I'm like, no, she's not. In the back of my head, no. All I wanted to hear was she's in the same condition. She's slowly getting better. That's all I wanted to hear. But when I saw her, it was like, what just happened here? It's like, what just happened here to my mom? It's like, yes, weeks ago, she was here with us. She was here home with us, regardless of what she had, you know, during the summer. She was slowly getting better. She was using the pedal. She was using the pedal so she can walk, as not as walking normal as she used to, but like she can, sorry, she was able, so she can able to still move, and me and my brother took responsibility. We took responsibility for mom. And I literally thought that she was gonna get better, is all I wanted to hear. But during the summer, back to saying about the pedal, yeah, she was using the pedal every day for about 15 to 20 minutes just to get her stamina, to get her energy going, to get those legs moving, like slowly moving. And she hit a nerve on the pedal, and it really went downhill. And originally, she was supposed to get an MRI. Originally, supposed to get an MRI, go on the medication for the infection. It's like the infection took her instead. And last week, she started to lose her mind into almost like dementia, almost like dementia. And I even said to my dad, "Dad, they're gonna have to take her into the hospital." And a week later, on, what was it, a few days, like last week? Yeah. The ambulance came and took my mom to the hospital. She was there for about, well, would have been a week. And, thought she was getting better and everything else, was keeping you guys on the loop on how she is. And yesterday, yesterday changed my life forever, our lives forever. And it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare to hear to hear that my mom passed away. I didn't want to hear it, and I flooded all my social media platforms. I flooded everywhere. Messages started pouring in. Messages started pouring in. Right. And you know, it hurts, it hurts a lot. But it would take time for me to bounce back. They say it will hurt, but it would take time for me to bounce back from this shit. I'm like, what the fuck did you, like, God, why the fuck would you take my mom? I was like, why the fuck would you do that? You know, I know we're not supposed to blame God, but what the fuck? You take someone like my mom, a good person, and it's like, what the fuck, God? Like, why the fuck would you do that? It wasn't her fucking time to go, you know? And fuck, where the fuck do I go from here? Fuck, 59 years old, she was slowly getting better. Fuck, where the fuck do I go from here? Where the fuck do I go from here? How fucked up is that? Like, it's just like it was yesterday. We celebrated my 32nd birthday. She celebrated my brother's 36th birthday, and my dad his 61st birthday. Yes. And my mom's not going to celebrate hers. My mom's not going to celebrate her 60. We were going to celebrate her 60 this year. Fuck. And now I have to go bury my flesh and blood. I have to go bury instead of celebrating her birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Fuck. What the fuck? I have to bury my own mother. Instead of that, I have to go bury my own mother. How fucked up is that, guys? How fucked up is that? You're losing your own flesh and blood, the one who gave you birth and everything, protected you and guided you. And now she's gone? Like, fuck you. Instead of just celebrating all of instead of celebrating all of that, you know. Shit. It's fucked up. She was getting better. And it's just like it's like I had a fucking nightmare. It's like I had a nightmare and I couldn't wake up, and now I'm woken up. It's like my mom's shoes is right there. Her running shoes is right there. I'm like, fuck. Now she's not suffering anymore, but it's not supposed to be that way. We were supposed to be celebrating her 60th birthday. Now we have to go bury my mom. You know? And like when I broke it all over my social media platform, everybody started flooding, sending me messages, leaving me texts on all my posts and everything else. Like, I don't care about the views and anything. No, the most important is, okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the likes, the hearts, or anything else. Most important is I think as social media as my house, and you guys are my family. That's how I think of you guys. I don't think you guys as viewers. I don't think you guys as subscribers. I don't think you have as followers. I don't think you think any of you all as friends. You guys are my family. Like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of I think of him as my house, and you guys are my family. That's how I think of you guys. At least I'm not like one of those fucking people who think, no, I think you guys are my fucking family. You guys are my family. Through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or anywhere, you guys are my family. Okay? This is all three platforms are my house. You guys are my family. And that's how I think of you guys. No, seriously. This is the first time I've said something like this. Other people, you will not get this from them. Me, you do. There's a difference because I'm humble. You know? It's not just like, I'm here to get views. I'm here to get. No. I'm here for a reason. Such as getting views, being monetized, and all that fucking shit. Right? You guys are my family. You guys meant more to me than just being monetized and all that fucking shit. I don't give a fuck about that. I care about is you guys. We're a family. We are a family. And that's how I'm gonna treat you guys. This is how I'm treating you guys as my family. Through you, like I said, through YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You guys are my family. And that's how I'm treating you guys. Pouring out. You guys have a spot at my table. You always have. And those fucking haters who live in the and those fucking haters, you can burn in hell. You don't sit at my table. And since then, I can survive without those haters. I've been live 12 minutes and 30 seconds now. I don't care. The minutes don't bother me, don't matter to me. You guys matter to me. And I really mean that. And to thank, everything that just happened in all of 2023, especially like the beginning of September, everybody dies. It's like, what the fuck? And then Billy Miller, former soap star from All My Children, Young and the Restless, and General Hospital, died at the age of 44. And I'm like, what the fuck? It was a shut. And then mom, like, what the fuck? And Tony Monocle's wife's cousin, who died in Italy of a heart attack. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, wow, everybody's dying in the month of September. It's like, what the fuck? It's like September is a month of death. Fuck. Fuck. And I thought things were getting better with mom. Weeks ago, I was at the boat cruise with the Unstoppable dance group. I just started my Zumba and everything else. I remember 5 years ago, when I broke my arm, the night I had my accident. Mom was there with me in the hospital that night when I suffered when I suffered a broke when I broke my arm and suffered from a bike accident 5 years ago. Mom was with me in the hospital that night, and I was only 26 years old. 26 years old that time, and I can't believe it's been 5 years since my accident. And mom was there with me that night. I'm like, Mom, what the fuck? And we were just laughing that night at the hospital. I'm like, Mom, what the fuck? I'm in the hospital. And we were just laughing. Because you know what? From being Nova Scotia, I am so proud of my Nova Scotia heritage. Because Her parents were like strong motherfuckers. My grandfather was my hero. My grandmother was my hero too. And like they were more my grandparents than, no offense, I'm not trying to be mean, but to my dad's parents, I never really loved my dad's parents. I never did. Her parents were my heroes to me and my brother. Okay, I'm so proud to be half Nova Scotia. You know why? We're strong people. We're tough motherfuckers. And people want me to be like, I'm strong, but guess what? Mom tells me to toughen up. It's like, for example, when I was at the hospital yesterday, I can hear my mom telling me, Vinny, go home, come say goodbye to me, go home. You don't have to be near your dad. I know who you are with him. Just come say goodbye to me, give me a hug, and you can go home. I can handle your father. That's how tough that's how tough I am from mom. I got that from mom's side of the family, the Nova Scotia side, and I'm very proud of. I remember yesterday, like I said, going back to my accident, mom was there and she was also there for me when I made my debut as a referee. When I made my debut as a referee at Battle Arts Professional Wrestling, and I owe it to Anthony Corelli, Santino Morella. If you're hearing this, buddy, I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I remember my mom meeting you twice during that time. I will never forget that, brother. You know, I can see that now, man, going back 5 years ago. Or when, you know, and then like I was taking, and then when she was working in the cafe, like my mom was a daycare teacher for about 20 years, would have been 20 years. She was working in the cafeteria at Park Ridge Secondary School. She was working at CPI, at that plastic company in the cafeteria. Mom always worked, despite mom's drinking issues. But I'm not gonna judge her because I understand. Like I love my mom, despite me having ADHD. I've always stood out for her, just regardless of her problem, even though it triggered me. But I've always stand by my mom. And I remember all the memories, and this is why mom want us to mom want us to be strong. And you know, and then especially when I started Zumba class, when I had my insomnia recently, mom was so fresh. Her mind was so fresh, and I opened up to my mom and told her what was really going on with me this summer. And I said to my mom, my ex Zumba instructor fucked me over, and it affected me mentally, and my insomnia took over me. And my mom knew, say, Vanny, once you start your new Zumba class, once you start your new Zumba class, you will start to bounce back. And I did. And I told my mom what really happened to me this summer. And that was the last final conversation, like almost like a final conversation with my mom. Almost. And then that's when, especially after recently when I had my dentist appointment, she started to slip. But before, when I told her about my Zumba class, my mom started to, my mom was her brain was so fresh. And, you know, and when this so-called COVID happened, mom was still going, because the infection started, I believe, I think, if I don't remember, she started to get a rash first. And then there by like I think by like summer of 2022, the affection appeared. The affection appeared. And then, and that's where it started taking off. And she was in the cafeteria. She was working in the cafeteria for what would have been 15 years. And my mom, and then after this so-called fucking pandemic, um, fuck, she it's like my mom gave it up, and she had enough. She loved the kids. She loved the kids at the school, but my mom couldn't do it anymore. You know, I wish she would have got. She was getting better. She was getting better, but you know. And when I went to the hospital yesterday at the Trillium Hospital, and I can't believe we had a social worker. I'm like, why the fuck do we need a social worker? Not trying to be mean or anything. Like, what the fuck, you know? And I talked to the social worker, and the social worker talked to me. I think she tried to call me yesterday, and I was asleep because I was taking care of the apartment, guys. I was taking care of the apartment, like taking my responsibilities, and this is what my mom wants me to, you know. And even before that too, I started to do small things for her around the house, like early summer, like winter going into the summertime. You know, it's like cleaning the bathtub and everything else because she couldn't do it no more because of her lip for her infection. And then, like, she can still cook. She was still cooking everything else, but the cleaning she can only stand. She can only stand for so long, and she got to go sit back down. I'm like, fuck. You know, I remember taking her to her appointment. Me and my brother stepping up, taking her to her appointments and everything. Me and my brother, my best friend, my brother, my best friend, my compa, like my soulmate, my brother. Him and I stepped up and took guts. We took our guts. We had guts, and we took care of mom. I didn't care what we did, like, you know, that, but we were there. You know, we took the advantage of that. We took the advantage of that, you know. And like I started cleaning the bathtub for her because she couldn't do it, and everything else. She still cooked. She did everything else. She still went for her walks, especially with her cane, especially during the winter time. And everything else. You know, things were starting to get better. And now it's like I wish. It's like my mom is still here. It's like I know. Like I can still feel my mom. I can still feel mom. I can still feel her. And like, fuck. And now we're like my dad's like, you know, all over the place. But mom told me to be strong. And back to what I was saying about like when I went to go say goodbye to my mom was like this to me, Vinny, Vinny, come say goodbye to me, give me a hug, come say goodbye to me, and you can go home. Because we know how you are with your father. We know how you are with him. You don't have to stay here, Vinny. Just go home. That's what my mom would have wanted. That's how my mom is. My mom knows me so well. And one thing too, she saved me from my mom. She saved me from going 6 feet under. If my mom, if my mom did not grab me out of jail when I was 15 years old, when I was going through my fucking shit, I would have been 6 feet under. When I was 15 years old, I would have been 6 feet under. No, mom kept me alive, and I'm very grateful. And you guys too. That includes you guys. You guys kept me alive as well. Because I have a support system. No, no, no. I have a family, which is you guys. You guys kept me alive. And look where I am now. From the time I was a gang banging punk ass bitch to a 32-year-old influencer, a public figure, someone that you all love and respect. I grew up thanks to my mom. Because that time she suffered from, that time the poor soul, she suffered from alopecia in 2008, and she had to literally take care of me and everything else after. And she literally took care of me. And look where I am now. Fuck. She bailed me out of jail. Can you imagine that? Your flesh and blood bailing you out of jail. I am so very blessed from God. Fuck. That I'm alive because of her. I know, like, My mom and I weren't perfect, but whenever we have a, I'm gonna tell you this, guys. I never held a grudge against my mom. We may have our fights, we may have our moments, but at the end of the day, she was still my mom. And even though I wouldn't be like we would be angry at each other for a while, cool ourselves up, and I come back to apologize to my mom. And we both were actually we both would apologize to each other and say, Mom or Vinny, I'm sorry, say I'm sorry to my mistake. I'll take the heat. That's how much of a son I am. I'm not no saint either. I would never once lay a hand on my mother. Never once. We, we would. That's why my mom and I were so close. And I was just like more like my mom. Her side of the family, the Nova Scotia blood, not the Italian blood. No offense, fuck the Italian blood. I would take that and send it straight to hell. I can never, no offense to the Italians. I'm sorry I'm saying this, but fuck the Italian blood. Nova Scotia blood forever. And Filipino by heart. I'm sorry, guys. Not try to be stereotyped, not try to be racist, but fuck the Italian blood. It's all about the Nova Scotia blood. Grandma and Grandpa, Robert Dodge and Joan Dodge, my heroes. I'm sorry, guys. This is how I feel. And this is all coming out of me. Sorry, I'm like I just see my immune system, my fuckness. You know, fuck. Because of all of this, I suffered. My immune system was down. I'm getting better, health wise, but fuck, physically, like in my heart, it's like snap of my fingers. Snap of my fingers, guys. Can't believe it. My mom, my own flesh and blood, my best friend, my soulmate. But I'm very blessed and grateful. Even though they say it will hurt, but you'll bounce back, depends on how you do it. And me, I've been through it 5 years. Actually, no, like from the lines of 8 to 5 years. No, 5 to 8 years. Excuse me. I, you know, can you imagine that? You know, I lost Uncle Pino of suicide. My grandma, my mom's mom, died of leukemia in 2014. And then in 2018, that's when the the death of five the death of five happened. In 2018, the death of five, beginning with my cousin Enyo, who died at the age of 54 of cancer in March of 2018. My and then in June of 2018, my dad's dad, my grandfather. In July, my grandmother, his mother. And then in October was my mom's father, my grandfather, October of 2018. All five died in all of 2018. All five. All five died. Can you imagine that? All five died. 5 years later, my flesh and blood has gone. My flesh and blood is gone. It's like I can still feel my mom, you know? And it's just like she was here with us yesterday. It's like I'm blessed that my mom was a fighter. Mom was a fighter. But the fight, she lost that fight. She lost. And fuck. And it's like, mom is a tough cookie. I'm tough too, just like seeing everything all so fucking clearly. So fucking clearly. My mom was a tough girl. My mom was one tough fucking girl. Like, she loved music. Her favorite was Bon Jovi. Her favorite song was Living on a Prayer. Mom was a huge Bon Jovi fan. Fleetwood Mac. Mom loved Fleetwood Mac. She loved Rush, Fleetwood Mac, Melissa Etheridge, Shania Twain. She wasn't that much of a Shania. Yeah, Shania Twain was her favorite. She loved country. She loved rock. And she loved all her old stuff from the 80s and all that shit. And her favorite was Young and the Restless. Fuck. And General Hospital. I can hear my mom telling me, Vinny, what's going on in GH? Can you tell me? Like, Sonny did this, Mom. Jason did that, Mom. And this was also her favorite soap. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that, guys? General Hospital is the exact General Hospital is as old as my mother. Fuck. Is as old as my mother. And I'm not gonna watch it no more with her, but I'm still gonna keep it going. It was like everything came crashing so quickly. It's like she would have celebrated her 60th birthday in October. We would have celebrated that. We had plans for that actually, but fuck. We're not planning her birthday. Nope, we're planning her funeral. We don't want to do that. All I wanted to hear yesterday was, Vinny, Mom is still in the same condition. She's so confused. That's all I wanted to hear. And originally she was supposed to go for her MRI for that infection. She was supposed to get the medication and everything else. And fuck. Where do I go from here, guys? Like, I'm still gonna continue life, but fuck. Fuck me, bro. Fuck me. Fuck, where do I go from here? Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness, everything what she went through, like, fuck. Especially during that so-called pandemic. And then when she was working in the cafeteria, that last bit there, when she was at Port Credit Secondary School, yeah, they love my mom at Port Credit, man. All the kids, when she was working in the cafeteria, all the kids over there love my mom. Especially the like everywhere we go, they all know my mom. My mom was a public figure. Just my mom was a public figure, and that's where I got it from. All of that came from mom. All that came from her family. You know, they all knew my mom. When they had their problems, when they were going through their shit, my mom was an ear open. My mom had an ear to hear all their problems, their real problems. Mom was a daycare teacher. She took care of kids, especially who were suffering from mental health. When my grandparents ran their foster home, what would have been 20 years, mom knew everything. My grandpa knew everything. Whether you're schizophrenic, ADHD, whatever you have, they love you as their own children. When they ran that foster home, they were family. Mom would tell us about when grandma and grandpa ran their foster home. Mom would have also been a correctional officer because mom had her ECE. When my mom had her ECE, my mom would have gone through my mom would have gone through life with that, with her ECE. She would have she would have gone to the biggest chapter of her life. If she still had her ECE, my mom would have been a psychiatrist. My mom would have been a psychiatrist or a correctional officer. Wow. Because my mom told me that she would have been a correctional officer or a psychiatrist, something like that. But my mom was a daycare teacher for the Pure Lunch and After School program. When she was trained there at St. Charles Garnier, and then she went over to she was trained at St. Charles Garnier, and by 1991 she went over to St. Vincent. Mom also had jobs before too. She worked at the pizzeria at Dixie Mall. Um, she worked at the Ramada Inn in Oakville. She worked at the. She also worked at the Hilton. She worked at Harvey's. She worked at McDonald's. She worked at Harvey's. She worked at Swiss Chalet. She worked at CPI Plastic in the cafeteria. She also did janitorial work for the summer of 2005. Janitor work in Brampton. And then she worked at CPI Plastic Company. Well, not really the company, but in their cafeteria. And then from 2008 to 2020 or 2019, she worked at Port Credit Secondary School in the cafeteria. And before that, during her time as a daycare teacher, she also she also did lunch. She also did she also did lunch. She was also a supervisor at Bronte College near the hospital. And mom took care of this one boy. This one boy, I think his name was Anthony. She took care of this one boy for a little bit, and then we had to move and then she took him in for a while. Mom took care of this one boy. Yeah, she took care of this one boy already before years back. Yeah, mom did her lunch supervising at Bronte College. Now fast forward, she worked at Port Credit Secondary School in the cafeteria, and they all loved her. They all loved her, especially when my former high school principal, my, you know what? My former high school principal, my mentor, Mr. Walter, was working there that time. After when he left West Credit, he went to go work at Port Ridge Secondary School, and he knew my mom. Yup. You see? Even the people who worked at Port Ridge Secondary School knew my mom. I think one of the teachers went to high school with my mom. Yeah, one of the teachers went to high school with my mom back in the days. Because some of the people, it's like, because Port Credit, because my mom went to Gordon Gray. She went to Cawthorne Parks, and then she went to Gordon Grayton, and they all knew my mom. Some of the teachers that knew my mom went to high school with my mother. One of them did. I can't believe it. And, they all loved my mom. It would have been 15 years, but, what happened to her and everything else. She was 45 years old when she started working at Porkard Secondary School. I was going into grade 12, my last year in high school. Can you imagine that? What time she was 45 years old? And so she was about in her mid 50s. I see all the messages flooding in. And I've been on for about almost an hour. I'm going to put on soccer. Hold on, guys. Recording. Sorry, guys. I'm going to put on soccer. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry, guys. Hold on for a moment. My goodness, man. Ooh, I thought things were going to get better. I'm surprised I slept like last night. I'm surprised I actually slept. I slept like I was out till like 1 o'clock in the morning. Not out. Like I went out for a little bit to grab a coffee. At McDonald's, just like at like just to clear my head a little bit. And I came home. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was outside having my coffee, and I slept the whole night. And I just woke up after 7:30 this morning. After 7:30, I woke up. After 7:30, I woke up, and I'm like, "Where's my mother?" In the back of my head, where's my mom? And I still see the messages pouring in. Thank you guys. I love you so much. You guys are my soul. You guys are my family. I don't care what social media platform you're on. I don't care. You are my family. Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I don't care. You guys are my family. My dad's supposed to be working today. Nope. He's not going to work. He didn't go to work at all. He was supposed to, but something tells him to stay home. Go to the hospital and see mom. I've been on for 45 minutes now. It's charging my phone too. Hold on. Everything, you know, can't believe it, you know. And it's just like, where do I go from here? Fuck, where do I fucking go from here? 59 years old. This lady would have been 60 years old on October 16th. Because mom was born in, my mother, she grew up in, well, my grandparents, I'm going to call them my grandparents, my heroes, came from Nova Scotia. And when they came over here, it was called Cooksville. Because back in the days, it was called Cooksville. Yeah, when it was called Cooksville, she was born at Queensway Hospital at near Sherway Gardens at Queensway Hospital. Yeah, she was born at Queensway Hospital. October the 16th, 1963. Queensway Hospital. When it was called Cooksville back in the days, before it became Mississauga. Yes, she is Amanda. She's watching over you guys. She loves you all. Yes, she is Amanda. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, she is Amanda. She is. Yeah, of course she loves us all. She loves all of us, Amanda. She loves the whole world. Looks like Amanda, looks like mom will not be watching her soaps anymore. Remember, she was a huge Young and the Restless fan and General Hospital. Damn. Oh my goodness. It's like, she was like there with us. It felt like Amanda. It felt like Amanda. It felt like I'm getting. It's like when you used to come over to my house, Amanda. It felt like mom was there with us. It felt like you were here and mom was here with us when we used to hang when we were to get when you used to come over. She still loves you, Amanda. Regardless of what we went through, my mom will always love you. It's just like it was, like my mom has a heart. My mom always loves people. She never held a grudge against anybody. This is how it is. Like, but my mom will always love you. Is that things were like I said, Amanda, the things were a different time back then. We were young, right? So like my mom has a heart for you. Yeah, and so do I, Amanda. Mwah. I can hear my mom laughing at me right now. I was like, oh, mom, not now. Yeah, I'm still probably getting notifications on all platforms about mom. On all platforms. I'll look at it later. I'm answering. See what I do? I never ignore any of you guys. When you guys comment whatever, I never ignore you guys. I know others would do that, but me, I'm very different. I don't leave anybody aside. You know how like people comment on your shit and like they leave you hanging? I'm like, no, I'm not that person. I reply to everybody. I want to answer. I'm not going to ignore. Never do that because you know what? What if, right? That's why like I treat everybody equally as my own family. When like for example I'm posting something whatever, I never ignore. Never. I know others would do that. I was like, guys, why are you ignoring other people? I was like, what the fuck? Then why are we friends with you or whatever on whatever you have? Yeah, I know, Amanda. We do got tons of memories. Yes, good times. The memories you got tons. I know we got tons of memories, Amanda. Excellent point, homegirl. Excellent point, Amanda. My little firecracker. You saved my life too, Amanda. You saved my life. You saved my life, Amanda. I owe it to you still. I owe it to you. You have a special place in my heart, Amanda. You always have a seat at my table. Remember that. And Amanda, one thing, looking back, when you're here, I appreciate you so much. Like, looking back, I know that we were kids, but now that you're here, I'm actually looking back. I'm glad. Like, I haven't said this for a long time, Amanda. I know, like now we're older. I'm glad that you were my girlfriend in high school. Looking back, I know things were shit, but yeah, I'm glad that you were my girlfriend back then. I know like things were crazy back then, but like you know what? Looking back, I am glad that we were together then. No, seriously. I'm like when we were kids. I know like we were kids and stuff like that, but I'm glad like we took each other under our wing. No, seriously. Like I know like things were roughed up then in high school, but I'm blessed that I became your boyfriend that time. Like seriously, I'm glad that like I know like things were roughed up. Like I know we had to go our separate ways, but Amanda, I will always love you. I will always love you, Amanda. You know that. You know, I know like you and me had our moments, but deep down, like you get that feeling like you still love that person deep down in your heart. Even though like we drifted apart for so long, you still have somebody inside your heart. You always have a place. You have a place in my heart, Amanda. You have a place in my heart. I know like we drifted. I know like things were, but I have you here in my heart always, Amanda. We were one crazy we were one crazy couple, but hey, at least I know at least like hey, I never regret you, Amanda. Never. Okay, I know like when we were kids, I know it was a little, but now looking at those, I'm like, wow. Like, like I know like when we were kids, like, but now like looking back, like how you look back, it's like, wow. Despite everything, Amanda, I'm glad, like I'm very blessed that, you know, despite despite the culture differences, whatever, you know what? You matter to me. You always matter. I know like culture differences. I understand that part, but hey, you matter to me still. You practically much a member of my family. Hey man, do you want to hear something funny? Okay, I know I'm not supposed to be laughing, but you're the okay. You know how like okay, out of that you're the only one that I've actually taken home to mom and dad. You're the only one I've taken like you're the only one, the only girl in my life that I've taken you home with me. I never did it to anyone else for 15 years. I never did it to any other girl. Do you know why? I respect you so much. I would never. I know that we drifted apart, but I would never do that to you. I never did. You're the only girl I took home. Even though, despite the situation, I'm like, thank goodness, because I never did that to anyone else after that. Because I wouldn't disrespect you like that. That's code. Even though like we drifted, but that's code. It's like almost like bro code, almost like code. I know I am real. Actually, you know what, Amanda? Like looking back, when you asked me you want to go out with me, okay. Despite I'm actually really happy we did. Looking back, I know things were a little crazy back then, but I'm glad we did. Like looking back, I'm like, wow, you know. And mom was here for all of that. Oh, I know. I know. Like that's why like you ever had that feeling like, you know, oh man, I appreciate you too. Like, like I'm very blessed that we've gone back. Amanda, we've gone back, but hey, at least you like for example, you and me, we had our moments, but You still have, like, I know, like, we all have, yes, you and me, like, you and me clashed a little bit, but, we stood out each other till the end. Like, we stood out for each other. My dad's putting up the bed. Yeah, man. We've gone back 15 years, Amanda. 15, 14, I think, yeah, 15 years we've gone back. Damn. Seems forever ago. That's when mom was here. Mom was here for everything. Going back, mom was here for everything. Especially the night when I got in trouble with the police. Oh fuck, but that was a life lesson learned actually. No, no, no. Look, that was a different story. Mr. Walter and Constable Dart got on me. No, they both saved my life. Actually, I know, like, okay, I'm not. That's why, like, I ignore the politics. But you know what? They both saved my life. Looking back, I know I was a young shit, but they fucking saved my life. Both of them. I still owe it to Mr. Walter and Constable Dart. And the yeah, I still owe it to them. Despite, this was a different time back then. Despite that, oh, I will always love you too. Oh, I will always love you too. Oh, yeah, yeah, no, no, I understand. Yeah, yeah, of course I understand you, Amanda. Now, as adults, like I said, now that we're in our 30s, when we were younger, we couldn't understand, right? Now, now, like, we're in our 30s, now we can look back upon. Yeah, yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, we were kids, like, and now, like, you saw me as for what I can give you, but you saw me for me. Yeah, of course, Amanda. Of course. Like, you saw me for me too. I know you had your issues, but at least, hey, I've always respected you. I know, like, you had your issues with the others, and, like, I'm glad, like, I'm okay. I know with the other guys, I'm no saint, but hey, at least I admit my mistakes too, and you know that. You've known that. You know. Yeah, of course, I understand you, Amanda. I've always had. Aw, my little firecracker. I can see my mom looking down upon us now and smiling. It's like, oh, I can see my mom, like, having a smile right now. Oh, Amanda. Oh, I'm watching myself live on my tablet. Oh my gosh. I'm watching myself live on my tablet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been live for over an hour now. Miss catching, watching soccer, keeping my mind off. You know. Yeah. So my dad is home today. He took in the week off of work. He was supposed to go back yesterday, but his immune system was acting up as well. Actually, both our immune system. I got sick last week. He got sick too, because our immune systems were acting up, and despite everything was going on with mom and all the other shit, it caught up to us. So we're both healing. I actually got off the sore throat, as may all see. I'm only, as you hear me, I'm coughing a little bit. I'm getting off of it, getting off the cough. But I'm taking my cough medicine. He's taking it too. So me and my dad, both of us got sick. It was our immune system. No, I'm still healing from that. But my mom is not gonna, my mom did not heal. Fuck, it's like my own flesh and blood has is my best friend, my soulmate. Even the one who gave me my brother birth. And it's hard on my brother too, because he was firstborn. Because he was the firstborn. Because my mom had, because when my mom started to have kids. Okay, the first one was my older brother. Okay, he was born October the 17th. October. Sorry, I was thinking of my mom. August the 16th, August 17th, 1987. And then when I was born, before I was born, my mom was supposed to have twins, but she had a miscarriage. Mom lost a fetus, and mom thought when she was pregnant with me, mom thought she lost me. No, she lost a fetus, and there was no twins on each side of the family. There was no twins on each side of the family. My mom couldn't carry twins. And after when my mom stopped having, after me, my mom had her tubes tied. Like no more kids after that. She was blessed with me and my brother. Very, very beyond blessed. I should say the least. Sucks. So yeah, huh, can't believe it. My life is like my life. Like my life has a hole now. It's like, where's my mom now? I just see like messages like pouring in about about mom, and everybody's like, we all need to be together, especially in times like this. All the time, we gotta be there for each other, no matter what the situation is. I'm listening to mom's. Mom was also a huge Rush fan as well, so I'm listening to Rush a little bit. Mom was also a huge Rush fan, so was I. So, and this was our favorite. Actually, both of our favorite, "The Garden" by Rush. Flies when you dream, the hours tick away, the cells tick away. The watchmaker keeps to his schemes. The hours tick away, they tick away. The measure of a life. Tell your dad and your brother I'm sorry for your loss. Oh, Amanda, thank you. I will. Thank you, Amanda. I will. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get off this live now. I will catch you guys later. From everybody, from my family to yours, from my family to you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love and prayers you've been sending me. I know it's been a shocking, not just for me, for all of us. We will get through this together, and I will catch you all very soon. Thank you, everybody. Love you guys. Keep strong.